Hey yo, Diz, go get the camera. Hopping out at the show with the dancers. When we dropping them playlist, be rocking them blessings. Ain't stopping, we up on the banners. We the light of the world, so it's litty. ATX, yo, shout out my city. I'm a child of God, yeah, bitch, stepping out here, boy, ain't nothing bitty. Keeping it holy and classy. Purple all pink, fine girl, too fancy. Spirit on 10, that's prayer and fasting. That's going up, network, don't ask me. Yeah, blessings coming in, blessings going out. Keep the peace with no posing in a pout. Brush me of my sins, hold up with a shout. Living what I say, keep me out your mouth.
So the way that Adonis described his artwork on his dad's album is a little sinister, and if I ever feared a child, it's him. Like, I was already trying to figure out what the motive was behind this dog looking thing, but like, if you listen to how Adonis speaks, it's scary. Because like, for a 6-year-old to be drawing stuff like that, and a wealthy 6-year-old, so like, he didn't grow up in an orphanage, he didn't grow up with like a lot of trauma. So I'm trying to understand where he getting this shit from. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's demonic, and I'm gonna show you how it's demonic. And the similarities to what Adonis is saying and things that are in the actual Bible are so ghastly that you're gonna be like, yeah. Please listen.
All right, Adonis, tell me about your beautiful piece of artwork that you sold me.
So, it's the same story. So the goat was running away from the other monsters and the other animals, and a flower blocking the way. So the flowers of.
I'm gonna play the whole thing, but I just want to dive into that part and pull up where that's in the Bible. These are just different versions of the Bible and what each version says. And it says, the creatures of the desert will encounter jackals, and the hairy goat will call to its kind. Indeed, Lilith, the night demon, will settle there and find herself a place to rest. Every version basically says the same thing. So y'all tell me what that boy just said does not sound exactly like that verse from the Bible. Let's keep going.
Some stairs, who's like a jail stairs, and there was one person who was like on top, and he got killed by the trap.
Then he starts talking about people that goes up the stairs, right? And he said they look like jail stairs. You know what also look like jail stairs? This is actually a depiction of what the stairway to hell looks like. Looks similar? I don't know. Looks similar to me. Then goes on to say the person goes to the top of the stairs, and then they are killed by the trap. Not a track, he said trap. Let's look at this Bible first. For the second temptation, the devil takes Jesus on the top of God's temple in Jerusalem and tells him to jump. The devil argues that this will publicly proclaim Jesus' identity as a divine Messiah. The devil uses scripture in his attempt to deceive Jesus. Jesus rejects the temptation with another passage from Deuteronomy. And that's where the Lord said to Satan, the Lord rebuke you, Satan. The Lord who has chosen Jerusalem rebuke you. It's not the man, a burning stick snatched from the fire. Oh, let me play the part where he says that he was killed by a stick.
One person who was like on top, and he got killed by the trap.
Yeah, won't be participating. And that goat dog thing don't sound like a Baphomet?
These were the Relf sisters, and every Black American deserves to know their story. In the summer of 1973, during the War on Poverty, sisters Minnie Lee and Mary Alice, 114 and 112, were sterilized against their wishes. The girls were sterilized and stripped of their decision to become a mother one day due to them coming from an uneducated, impoverished, and unskilled Black family. Let's get into what happened. Minnie Lee and Mary Alice were the youngest of 6 children to parents who supported them on welfare assistance totaling $156 a month. Nurses from the Montgomery Community Action Agency requested Mrs. Relf's permission to give her youngest daughters a long-acting contraceptive, Depo-Provera. Both parents were illiterate and didn't understand the form, which read surgical consent. Thus, Mrs. Relf would proceed to sign it with a huge X. Later, Mrs. Relf will learn that her daughters were permanently sterilized by use of federal funds, even though her only intention was to get her daughters temporary birth control. So that same year, the Relfs joined a class action lawsuit in federal court in hopes of a ban on using federal funds for sterilization. The Supreme Court went on to prohibit the use of federal dollars for involuntary sterilizations and the practice of threatening women on welfare with the loss of their benefits if they refused to comply. More than 100,000 mostly Black women were sterilized throughout the 20th century.
Y'all want to see somebody get ran through? So, Honest Comedian says, y'all bitches gonna love being single until you're in your 80s, no kids, and your family dead, keep playing. Then Solomon came with the drag. He said, let's have us a more salient conversation. Men have shorter lives than women, fail to create healthy platonic relationships, and neglect mental health and emotional health. Why? He said, we love to use spirit of partnership against women, but at the end of the day, men should be fearful of growing old alone. He goes on to say the time we waste performing our masculinity before one another was the time we were supposed to be using to form meaningful bonds. Y'all boys are gonna like this one right here. It's nothing like knocking on 50 in your 15-year-old BMW, high blood pressure in a room with your mama house, and a lifetime of estranged relationships. Wondering why you can't date successfully, so you look for relationships that you can manipulate with money and people you can control, because you have not cultivated an emotional maturity to have an adult relationship. He said, but by all means, let's continue to talk about these women single and gingerly skip over why you single. Solomon said, don't be concerned about women being single. Be concerned about the possibility of a woman being able to cohabitate with a man who doesn't clean his fingernails, believes in do say water alternative, and wants to lead a relationship but doesn't know how to lead his damn self. This one I knew he was coming for the drag. Men rounding 30 start all that hating because they spent a decade being emotionally wounded community penis. He ended it by saying, you bitter because nobody wants to spend the next decade of their lives fixing your brokenness and your bullshit. What y'all think in the comment section, man? Now, all my grown people, watch out for the little ass boys in the comment section talking about some simping. Look out for it.
This is the real reason why New York is going underwater. Check this out.
So you know how flooding in New York City seems to get worse every year, and the areas that flood don't really make sense because they're not as close to the river as other places that don't flood. Well, that is because New York City was essentially built over streams, swamps, and other waterways, like this creek, which is apparently buried beneath Astoria and Long Island City. Indigenous tribes who lived in what became known as New York City basically utilized natural resources rather than trying to change them, so they would build their homes along waterways. But colonizers essentially said, yeah, we're going to do things differently. This 1874 map of Manhattan shows you just how much water is beneath our city. Alphabet City, Thompson Square Park, that was essentially a swamp. And today it's a flood zone. And remember the video of Dyckman Street flooding? Look at just how many waterways that area was built over. And then this video of the one train flooding at 28th Street, yep, that was an entire stream. And don't even get me started about this like cesspool at the 157th Street station. That was 2 streams. New York City was literally built on water, and water has to go somewhere. A biologist once said, if you build your home on wetlands, you will have a hobby for the rest of your life because you will forever be fighting water. Add to that climate change and the fact that New York City's heavy buildings are literally causing the city to sink. Oh yes, we are also sinking. So that said, we are definitely going to be dealing with flooding that is going to get worse basically the rest of our life.
I've been telling y'all, watch the water now. I have been telling you guys to watch the water. Water is life, and life is returning back to Mother Earth. Let's get this shift. Peace.
Y'all, if things could not get any worse, let me tell you what the government just announced like 2 seconds ago. So there's a new chemical coming out of our faucets now. It's global. All right, and it's killing people. This chemical is called dihydrogen monoxide, or DHMO, and they're literally calling it the invisible killer because it's tasteless, odorless, and colorless, okay? And let me read some of the things that, some of the dangers of DHMO. So it is also called hydroxyl acid and is one of the major components in acid rain. It contributes to greenhouse gases and can cause severe burns. It contributes to erosion of our natural landscape, and all the rest of them are interesting, but the one that I find the most compelling is that it is found in human tumors. That's insane. I've also read that it kills billions of people each year, and not only that, but it can cause you to suffocate. Literally can cause you to not breathe. Once again, guys, this is called dihydrogen monoxide. Please beware of dihydrogen monoxide. It is extremely dangerous, all right? I want you guys to see how serious this is. Take a look at a lot of these signs. These are the signs that you're gonna start seeing around your local lakes, rivers, ponds. Look at this. Even in the ocean, you're gonna start seeing these signs. Okay, look at this. Look at these signs. All right, it's dihydrogen monoxide. When you see these signs, run. Okay, run. Okay, hold on. Wait. All right, y'all. Let me be for real. So, dihydrogen monoxide is just water. Dihydrogen, that's 2 hydrogens. Monoxide, that's 1 oxygen. Yeah, it's just water. I mean, it is coming out of our faucets, but it's not. You know, we're good. Please don't panic. That was a really valuable lesson because I feel like our first reaction is always fear instead of, hey, let me do some more research on this. Another lesson, y'all. There are going to be so many people in my comments that are like, oh, she's so dumb. She doesn't know dihydrogen monoxide is water because they only watched the first 50 seconds of the video. You cannot gain more knowledge on a topic if you do not watch the full video on the topic. Do you understand what I'm saying with that? And those people are going to be in the comments thinking that they are more educated than me, thinking that they are more wise than me. But the real wisdom and the real educated people are the ones who are watching this full video right now. Yeah, you're the ones. If you're seeing me say this, you are 9 times out of 10 more wise than the people in the comments calling me dumb. Even if you didn't know that dihydrogen monoxide is water, yeah, if you're still watching this video, you're wise. You're more wise than those people in the comments trying to call me dumb because you knew that you needed to watch this full video to get all of the information. So I'm proud of you for being wise.
And just for fun, let's confuse the people in the comments who obviously did not watch the full video and just comment under their comment hot dogs.
Stop letting people provoke so much emotion from you if you don't even know if what they're saying is backed by valid information, credible sources. All content creators use that same strategy. If it's going to provoke fear or humiliation, those are like the 2 low vibrational things that humans love to cling to for some reason. So when you see people post humiliating videos of themselves, 9 times out of 10, they're not humiliated. They're using that humiliation stunt to get them more views, or they're using that fear-struck stunt to get them more views. So yeah, just be more mindful, you know? It's hot. It's really hot.
Michelle Obama, 2024. A real life story and plan for power. My name is Malik Obama. I am speaking to you today from my hometown, Nyangoma Kogelo in Kenya. I'm the brother of former President Barack Obama, who was named after my father, Barack Obama. You have probably seen pictures of me online at Barack and Michelle's wedding in 1992. I was the best man. I'm here to introduce my friend, filmmaker, Joel B. Gilbert. I've known Joel for almost 10 years. He's a great talent and a fantastic filmmaker and journalist. He knows how to talk to people and how to find information that no one even thinks to look for. In fact, I've learned things from him about my brother Barack that I had never imagined. Joel told me about his research into Michelle Obama's life story and her political plans about a year ago. I told him I would be very interested to see this movie and hoped he would proceed. In fact, Joel did succeed. His book and film of the same name, Michelle Obama, 2024, Her Real Life Story and Plan for Power, are being released today. Joel will now say a few words and then screen the film for this esteemed audience. After you watch the film, you will realize that very little of what Michelle Obama has represented about her life story is actually true. Like me, you are going to learn a lot. It's very important because Joel makes the case that Michelle is running for president in 2024, and she has a good chance to win. Without further ado, let me introduce my friend, the great journalist and filmmaker, Joel Gilbert.
Better
When I was in school, they said I couldn't focus. The teacher would look at me like I was hopeless. Graduated and my eyes open. Coach said that you had to be chosen. I believed till I looked at Moses. Then I went to read by David and Saul. It ain't about if you gonna be chosen, it's about if you gon' answer the call.
I don't give a get up. Got butts rolled up, bad wanna
Yeah, have a thing in my past life. Then I got here with the act right. Devil plotting wanna tell me mad lies. Who you talking to? You better ask Christ.
Read your syllabus, you would have known that. It's M to the B, 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 it's M to the B. Wait, what are y'all doing with your heads?
Going through the syllabus that. Did somebody turn on the record player? Come on, stop that motion. You're making me seasick. Oh, come on now, what is going on? Review sheets prepared for you. Hey, turn off your ringtones. Wait, why are all your screens glitching on me? Y'all, I never have these kind of problems with my other classes.
Last time I'm gonna say this, your assignment is due at 11:59.
Hey, y'all, Andy's coming.
Where did they go?